So there's a show that just came to Netflix called Aggretsuko. Now I watched the whole first season. It's short. It's 10 episodes, but they're only 15 minutes each, and it's actually quite good. So it's a silly concept, it seems like initially. When you first look at it, it's by the company that created our main character Retsuko. They also created Hello Kitty. So it's an adorable, it's actually a red panda, is the little cartoon protagonist we have, and she's very cute, very adorable, but she's in this soul-crushing office job. So to blow off steam, she sings death metal karaoke. So it's this combination of aggression, ag, and Retsuko is our character, so Aggretsuko. Now, I love the pairing of cuteness and aggression. First of all, it's a scientific phenomenon that oftentimes cute things, you just want to squeeze them or eat them all up. So it's an interesting pairing, but also it really delves into all the intricacies and nuances of modern office politics, white-collar jobs, and just civilization, early relationships, and it really explores these things with some surprising depth, drops a lot of black pills, and the most cartoon feels, I'd say, since BoJack season 4. So who do we have at the office? We have Retsuko. Now, she's not a workaholic in that she actually really loves the company she's at, is actually an office drone, or is just this ambitious, overachieving tryhard. No, she's a people pleaser and a doormat, and she wants to be accommodating, so she has a hard time saying no, and she'll just accept any kind of work that people shovel her way. There's a great scene where she goes into a store and tries things on, but she doesn't have money to pay for them, but she feels so bad just leaving without buying anything, so she buys socks, and in her house she just has way more socks than she could ever need, because she always does this where she'll just buy socks just to not rock the boat. There's the two executive career women who have it all. Retsuko just watches them, just wants to be them, looks up to them, idolizes them. Then there's her friend Fenneko, the fox. Now her friend is cynical, jaded, just keeps it real, drops these brutal truths, says, an increasing amount of young people are finding that love is just the shallow illusion that it is, and they're increasingly opting out of it, which is actually true. In Japan, there's something called herbivore men, very interesting thing to read about, and that reminds me, whoever did the dubs for this, you can definitely watch this in English. You don't have to read subtitles, and whoever did the dubs does a fantastic job. You wouldn't even know that there was any kind of translation problems at all. And then there's her cool, free spirit hippie friend who Retsuko just wants to be but can't. There's this heartbreaking scene where Retsuko gets all excited because her friend's like, yeah, I'm going to open up this shop. You should come work with me, da-da-da. She has all these fantasies about quitting her job, and she's like, oh, this is where it all turns around. And then her friend just nonchalantly says, oh, about that shop thing, yeah, plans have changed. Just you can't depend on her at all. And there's this moment of brutal honesty where her friend says, you responsible tax-paying people like you're the people who make my lifestyle possible. It's thanks to you that I can live my life hitting the snooze. And it's brutal but true. There is Retsuko's friend at work who really likes her, the nice guy friend. And there's this brutal moment of honesty with him too, where he says, I know she starts dating someone else, and he says, I know you so much better than that guy ever could. And he thinks, and he's like, yeah, maybe I don't. Maybe I just know this idealized version of you in my head. Who else? There's the HR guy who reprimands Mr. Tone in the most non-confrontational way possible, using so many of these HR euphemisms. There's Mr. Tone's lackey, like second in command, and there's the frenemy. There's the frenemy who's overly flirtatious, doesn't really know anything, is not good at her job, but just flirts with the boss, so gets everything done for her. Obsessed with social media, posting lots of latte art. So like I say, just so many different characters, and just fleshing out all the complexities and intricacies and nuance of the office environment. And then about her death metal karaoke habit. Now, you can interpret this two ways. First of all, I'll say the lyrics are excellent, and the voice, the singing is excellent as well. You feel like this could be a real death metal song that you're listening to, so fantastic job with that. And then you have two interpretations. One is that her life is bad, and this is kind of a stress outlet for her, but then there's also the idea that the duality of people, where even the most calm, docile people, they have this id, this aggressive instinct that in civilization you have to repress, so this is her way of just letting out her hunter aggressive tendencies. And through the season, she goes through all the different trials and tribulations that young professionals do. She considers marrying for money so she doesn't have to work anymore, starts try to look for someone to take care of her. And that doesn't really pan out. She gets drunk at an office party, does something embarrassing, hopes everyone else was too drunk, no one notices. She falls in love, And the guy, again, she idealizes this relationship so much, and the guy she's with is just very, very aloof, and she just can't see how aloof and disinterested he is. All she sees are everything with rose-colored glasses. And there's some great insight about early relationships, some of the little things, the little ticks, and things that would drive her crazy if she wasn't in love with this guy. Of course, she just finds him very quirky and endearing, and that would probably change as she slowly becomes disillusioned with him. There's a great quote where one of the wise career women is like, we all wear relationships we all wear masks early in a relationship. Nothing wrong with that, but you should maybe consider, is the mask a good fit? And just those very poignant, insightful quotes that, again, I was very surprised. So that's what I'll leave it with. This was, I didn't think I was going to like this. I thought it was going to be too silly, too out there. But I thought really wise, some great emotional moments, some great surreal, nightmarish imagery that you just feel claustrophobic and trapped in this horrible world, even though it's very mundane and banal. So really, really great show. And again, very quick, so you can definitely blitz through it all in one go.